Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. It's been a minute, guys. The last episode that was dropped was in December. I think it was mid-December. It was when the Braves had signed Mike Yastrzemski and Robert Suarez to those very exciting deals. Very good additions by Alex Anthopoulos. I was hyped. I was excited. And then the bad news began. We got some injuries we got to talk about. This episode, we're going to catch up. We're going to try and catch up briefly. We're going to try and see what's going on with the Braves. We had some very bad news with the Atlanta Braves that dropped today about midday Eastern time. We're going to talk about that for sure. We're going to catch up with everything that went down, all the moves that went down during the offseason. I guess we can call this season 2 now of the Chop Seat. This is the season premiere of season 2 of the Chop Seat. I guess that's how we'll do it going forward. Once spring training starts, that'll be the beginning of a new season. So obviously last year we started the show. It was about mid-May. So, but going forward, we're going to start a new season when spring training begins. So that's how we'll do it. And we're also going to talk about the World Baseball Classic. That is going to be starting this week. Tomorrow, I believe, is the first game. We got some games today, some exhibition games. I think Dominican Republic is going to be playing the Detroit Tigers out in Santo Domingo. That's going to be exciting for those folks out there to catch a major league team and the stars of the Dominican Republic. You got USA is facing the Giants, San Francisco Giants. I was watching that a little bit downstairs before I came up here. You got Canada was playing Toronto, of course. That makes sense. And a bunch of other teams getting a few practice games in before the tournament begins. So we're going to talk about, again, we're going to catch up with the Braves news. We're going to catch up with all the moves that were done during the offseason, at least the key moves, so we can be caught up again. And then we're going to talk about a little bit about the World Baseball Classic. So you know how this show goes. We have different segments. And today's first segment is going to be our favorite when we talk about the Atlanta Braves, and that's Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look. Usually we take a look at the previous Braves series, but it's the offseason. We're not going to be looking into any spring training series right now, but we're going to talk about the latest Braves news since December till now, because, again, we got some catching up to do. But Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by our friends at SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT20, as you can see below, to get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. World Baseball Classic tickets on sale now. Go to SeatGeek and use code CHOPSEAT20 to save yourself $20 off your first purchase. It's not only the World Baseball Classic games. Go catch spring training games. World Cup tickets. Those are pricey. You want to save $20 on that, don't you? Use that code. You want to go catch NBA, NHL. Same thing. Use code CHOPSEAT20. You're going to get $20 off your very first purchase. So, the bad news that we got today, terrible news, was that Jurickson Profar tested positive for PEDs once again. He is now suspended for 162 games. If you know, baseball season is 162 games. That's a full season without Jurickson Profar. Remember, last year, he was out for 80 games. He played about, the first 5 games of the season. Then he went down with that positive PED test. He goes down yet again this year. He was slated to play for the Netherlands in the World Baseball Classic. That's not going to happen anymore. I don't know what happened to this guy, man. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was taking. I don't know what he's taking. I really I don't understand how you get caught twice, bro. How you get caught twice, and now you're putting the team in a predicament, man. You did it last year. We had to plug different guys in. It was not. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. The same thing is going to happen this year because Anthopoulos has the team set up in a certain way. Yes, you're probably going to have injuries. We know that, but the way that he's designing the team, he wants to have you there, man. He's thinking you're going to be there for the entire season. And yet again, what you do, you will go ahead and test positive for PEDs. Thank you. I just don't understand how you get caught twice, bro. You should have learned your lesson the first time. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt the first time last year. I was like, you know what, but he probably took something funny. He didn't know what he was taking. I get it. It can happen to anyone. But, bro, for it to happen again, that's terrible, bro. That's terrible. I wonder what the explanation is going to be now. I'm curious to hear what he's going to say. But I think, honestly, and, you know, he's had exciting moments as a player, and he's probably a cool dude, too. He's probably a nice guy, but we know baseball is a business. And at this point, I'm like, you might as well just drop the guy, man. Just drop him. I hate to say it, but you got called twice already, bro. That's embarrassing for the franchise, first of all. That's pretty embarrassing for the franchise. You don't want to have a guy around a team that's, you know, tested positive twice, back-to-back years on top of that. It's not like you gave it a break and then you got caught maybe a few years down the line. You did it back-to-back years, man. That's embarrassing. I say I think, what is it, $15 million? Oh, the $15 million. It's that the Braves get that back. $15 million that they were supposed to pay him. They're gonna get that back. They're able to allocate that somewhere, hopefully, right? Anthopoulos. Hopefully he's able to throw that somewhere, maybe in the pitching arm that we need, because we got a lot of injuries when it comes to the pitching arms. We're gonna talk about that shortly, but you know, unless you get another outfielder, to platoon as you were gonna do with Mike Yastrzemski and you know, with the DH spot. So I don't know. We'll see what he does. We'll see what Anthopoulos does. But again, very, very disappointed, man, that Jurickson Profar tests positive once again, back-to-back years, man. You would have thought he would have learned his lesson. I guess he didn't. Now you lose out on playing in the World Baseball Classic as well. That's, you know, that's pretty embarrassing, man. Big, big embarrassment. You let your team down. You let your fans down. When it comes to the World Baseball Classic, you let your nation down as well. So, you know, hopefully he's able to figure something out so that he can redeem himself, man, because you don't want him to go out like this, you know. Possibly, you know, just ending his baseball career like this. But hopefully he's able to bounce back for his sake. I don't want it to be with the Atlanta Braves anymore. I don't. You know, take this as a lesson learned. Braves got to keep it moving. Fill that spot in with someone else. And let's go, man. Let's go. Last year was terrible for the Braves. So we got to bounce back this year. I'd rather it be now than later on. I'd rather him get caught with the PEDs now. Well, at least it gives Anthopoulos a little bit of time. Well, he got 3 weeks right now to cook something else. So we'll see what Anthopoulos does. We'll see what he's able to cook up when it comes to filling out that spot with the $15 million that he's going to get back from this positive test result for Jurickson Profar. I've been under the weather, guys. I've been under the weather, so you might hear me cough a few more times during this episode. Like I said, I got a little bit depressed since our last episode, which was in December, because of all the injuries that started going down after that. Ha-Sung Kim, he fell, apparently, slipped on ice. That was what the report was. Listen, I've slipped on ice plenty of times, but I haven't had this happen to me. What happened to him? He underwent hand tendon surgery. He had a torn tendon in his right middle finger. That's what happened. So again, he had to go through surgery. I don't know what kind of fall that was. Sounds like a freak accident. Or maybe it was just something else. And you said that you slipped, bro. I don't know. It is what it is. Hey, at that point, you could say whatever. I don't know how the investigations work with teams and when you get injured, especially when you get injured abroad. I think it was over there, his home country in Korea. But again, I'm not sure how that works, but he slipped, fell on some ice, torn tendon in his right middle finger. He's expected to miss roughly 4 to 5 months. So that puts him coming back potentially in May. So we'll see how that goes. Excuse me. There we go again. I'm just trying to get out of my system as quick as I can. That was on the position side. Of course, remember, Sean Murphy, he's out. He's still recovering from hip surgery. He's expected to be sidelined into May as well. So that's 2 guys that will be coming back possibly in May, depending on how their recovery goes. But the big loss, another big loss, they're all big, but this was a very big loss. Of course, it was Spencer Schwellenbach, the young arm. He was out. He underwent surgery to remove bone spurs from his right elbow. Remember, he had I think it was like a crack or a tear in his elbow last year, his throwing elbow. But again, he's placed on the 60-day IL. He's likely missing at least an early season start. Reports are that he's probably not going to be back at all this season. Those are the reports from what I've been hearing. Guys are saying he's probably can't even count on him right now. That's what they're saying. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but you might as well just count him out for now. This was another disappointing one. Hurston Waldrop, one of the few bright spots for the Braves last year. Remember, he came in. They drove him up from Gwinnett up to Tennessee, excuse me, where they had the Speedway Classic. I forgot what town it was in Tennessee. I'm blanking out right now. Was it Bristol? Yes, Bristol. Where they had him at Bristol Speedway. He came up. He was able to pitch. He pitched phenomenal. From that point forward, he pitched phenomenal the rest of the year. But he is out. He went under arthroscopic elbow surgery for bone spurs and is on the projected IL with no firm return date. So again, he's probably out from he's out probably out for the season as well. So you could probably X Hurston Waldrop out, which is very disappointing because I was excited to see him fight for a rotation spot. I honestly think he could have got a rotation spot this season, but that's gonna have to be put on hold until he comes back. Remember AJ Smith-Shawver, another young arm for the Atlanta Braves. He's still rehabbing from Tommy John surgery. I believe there's no timetable for him yet. Grant Holmes, he had a lingering elbow inflammation since last season. Pitched the other day. I think he went 3 innings. I think he had 3 Ks. Pretty good performance from him. Of course, it's spring training, but of course, good to see him bouncing back and being able to, have a good, strong showing to start his spring training. Joe Jimenez, excuse me, is another guy. I'm telling you, I've been sick for like 2 weeks, guys. I'm trying to hang in here right now. I already drank my tea. I had a tea right here next to me. I already chugged it down, so it's going to be rough for the rest of this episode. I feel like my throat gets dry and stuff. You know how it is when you get sick. Anyways, Joe Jimenez, he is still on the 60-day IL after receiving arthroscopic knee surgery. He is listed as questionable for the 2026 season. Again, possible return around late May. So that's another guy that may be coming back in May for the 2026 season. A lot of guys that are going to be coming back from May and on. So you got to hold it down if you're the Braves until then, until these guys come back. But yeah, it's looking like a tough year, guys. It's already looking like a tough year because other teams got better in the division. You know how that goes. We're going to talk about that a little bit. A lot of people have the Braves projected to win the division. I don't know how they're doing it. And that was even after these things went down that I'm talking about. Especially, I don't know now with Profar. I haven't heard any predictions now, but pretty sure the Braves have dropped now from supposedly being able to win the division until further notice, at least, to see what Adopolis decides to do. But yeah, so that was it's just a mess. It's just a mess, guys. It's gonna be a rough year, I think. We'll see. So obviously Hassan Kim is out. That means Mauricio Dubon, he should be taking over the starting shortstop spot now. The Braves did sign Jorge Mateo on a 1-year contract for depth, of course, after Hassan Kim's injury. Tyler Kinley, he is also back with the Braves on a 1-year deal. I'm looking at my notes that I had written down in January. These are notes from January 20th. I'm looking at these notes right now. It's pitchers and catchers to report to spring training February 10th. That already passed, guys. We're in March. First full squad workout, that passed as well. The first spring training game, February 21st, that passed as well. At least I'm checking all these off, though. So, I'm just going with the flow here with the notes. I think that's it for the Braves. We're going to also, one more thing, catcher spot. Braves did sign John Heim as he's probably going to be the backup catcher until Sean Murphy comes back from that injury that he suffered last year. So you're going to see Drake Baldwin at catcher and Jonah Heim. Maybe Drake Baldwin is going to be at DH, especially now that Profar is gone. I mean, you might see him more. You might see Drake Baldwin more at DH and Jonah Heim behind the plate. And Yastrzemski out in left field. So, I mean, we'll see. Again, we still got to see what Adopolis decides to do. But let's see what else we got here with the moves. Actually, you know what? I got some notes here, but I'm going to do something else as well. But let's go on to our next segment. If I do think of anything else that's Braves related, we'll go back to it when we get to the final segment, if we do it, which is a Braves forecast. But if not, this is it when it comes to the Atlanta Braves talk. Now, let's head into our next segment.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB, where we catch up with the action from around the league. And I'm rusty, guys, because every time the MLB comes on, this song has to come on. Terrible producing by me. Here we go. There it is. I missed that song. I actually did miss that song. Hopefully you guys did miss it as well. But we're going to look at all the moves that went down, at least the major moves. I'm able to find it here quickly. I was just looking at it earlier. And here we go. At the catcher spot, JT Realmuto, he remains a Philadelphia Philly on January 20th. He signed a 3-year deal to stay in Philadelphia. That was one of the major moves there. Excuse me. When it comes to the catcher position, Mitch Garver, he had a minor league deal signed with the Seattle Mariners. Jonah Heim, as I mentioned, he signed a 1-year deal with the Atlanta Braves February 10th. And I think that's about it when it comes to the main catcher guys in the major leagues. Christian Vasquez, he is still a free agent. And we have 2 retirees. Jacob Stallings, he retires at age 36. Martin Maldonado, he retires as well. He gets a special advisory position with the Atlanta Braves. So we'll see what he's able to bring to the table as he fulfills that role. First baseman free agents. It was Pete Alonso, the Polar Bear. He goes out to Baltimore. Everyone was pretty shocked when they saw this one drop. Again, I had all these notes here since freaking January, man. I had all these written down. But anyways, he goes to the Orioles. It was a 5-year. Was it $155 million? You see, this is bad. Again, bad producing by me. I believe it was 5 years, $155 million for the Polar Bear Pete Alonso. He leaves the New York Mets. Hopefully he's able to, see some winning days over there. We'll see. We'll see what he's able to do out there. Next, Ryan O'Hearn. He goes out to Pittsburgh. He signed a 2-year deal. Luis Arias, he signs a 1-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. Paul Goldschmidt returns to the Yankees on a 1-year deal. Rhys Hoskins, he signs a minor league contract with the Cleveland, I was about to say Indians, I was over with the Cleveland Guardians. Dominic Smith, he signs a minor league deal with the Atlanta Braves. Josh Bell, he's heading out to Minnesota. Ty France, minor league deal with the San Diego Padres. I think that's it for the major guys. No, I lied. Munetaki Murakami, he signed a 2-year deal. Highly touted guy. Well, we thought he was, but again, I guess he wasn't because he, excuse me, he ended up landing with the Chicago White Sox on that 2-year deal. My goodness, I'm terrible. I feel terrible right now. I think that was it though for the first baseman. Josh Naylor, he did sign a 5-year deal with the Seattle Mariners. Can't forget that one as well. Justin Turner, he's still available, 41 years old. Donovan Solano at 38, he's still available. Rowdy Tellez at 31 is also available as well. Second baseman, Gleyber Torres, he accepted the qualifying offer from Detroit. He stays put. Willie Castro, the 29-year-old, signs a 2-year deal with the Colorado Rockies. Jorge Polanco filling in that role that was filled in by the Polar Bear. He's going to be playing first base apparently out in Queens. Signs a 2-year deal with the New York Mets. Ramon Urias, he signs a 1-year deal with the St. Louis Cardinals. Luis Rengifo signs a 1-year with the Milwaukee Brewers. Ahmed Rosario, 1 year with the Yankees. Excuse me, I'm trying to bang this out, guys. Kyle Farmer signs a minor league deal with the Atlanta Braves. That was on February 6th. And I think that's all I got when it comes to the main second baseman around the league. Jose Iglesias, oh my God. He's still a free agent at 36 years of age at this very moment. Next, we go to the shortstop position. Big hit. Miggy Rojas, the 37-year-old, he signs a 1-year deal to stay in the Dodgers, in LA with the Dodgers. And I believe he said this would be his last year, so he's trying to go out with a bang, trying to get one more ring under his belt. Bo Bichette, big signing for the New York Mets. He signs a 3-year deal with the New York Mets. That went down January 20th. That's actually when I had written my notes over here. Excuse me. That was a 4. Was it a 4-year deal? No, look at this. This is, again, these notes are terrible. Don't ever write notes like this. It was a 3-year, $126 million deal. That's what it was. And I believe I don't know if I got this right here, but the Phillies offered him a 7-year, $200 million contract. I think that's what I had written down. I don't know, guys. Again, I'm trying my best here to read these notes. He will be playing third base in Queens. We'll see how he does out there. Of course, Ha-Seong Kim, we mentioned that, signed a 1-year deal with the Braves. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa signs a 1-year deal with the Boston Red Sox. Orlando Arcia, our old friend, signs a minor league deal with the Minnesota Twins. And Tim Anderson, he remains a free agent at age 33. Third baseman, big move by the Chicago Cubs. They signed Alex Bregman to a 5-year deal. He's going to be out there in Chicago. Chicago is awesome, by the way. I was over there. What was it, last month? Yeah, last month we were down there in Chicago. All the food was amazing. All the food was great. I definitely want to go back in the summer when baseball's going on. I'm pretty sure it's a vibe out there. So if you haven't been to Chicago, I highly recommend you guys going out there. Again, I only went for a quick, 4 days? I loved it. So Got to catch a game out in Wrigley. I catch a game out in, what's it called? The White Sox. It's not Comiskey Park anymore. What is it? U.S. Cellular Field or something like that? Or Guaranteed Rate? Something like that. I'll catch a game over there too. Why not? Knock them out both at once. Anyways, back to the free agents. Eugenio Suarez. He signed a 1-year deal with the Cincinnati Reds. Paul DeJong, minor league deal with the Yankees. Yoan Moncada, 1-year deal with the Dodgers. Kike Hernandez signs a 1-year deal with the Dodgers. Of course he did. Andy Ibanez, 1-year deal with the Dodgers as well. And I think that's it for the major guys. Major guys. Oh, Sung Mung Sung. He signed a 4-year deal with the San Diego Padres. And of course, Kazuma Okamoto signed a 4-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. Then we go out to the outfield, left field. Rob Refsnyder, he signed a 1-year deal with the Seattle Mariners. Miguel Andujar. Terrible. I sound like a smoker, bro. It's terrible. It's asthma, though. I got asthma, so anyway, but I sound like a smoker, bro. It's pretty bad. Miguel Andujar signs a 1-year deal with the San Diego Padres. Austin Hayes signs a 1-year deal with the Chicago White Sox. Jesse Winker, he's a free agent. Mike Conforto, minor league deal with the Chicago Cubs. Tommy Pham, he's a free agent. Jared Kelenic signs a minor league deal with the Chicago White Sox. Travis Jankowski, he retired. Congratulations to him. Alex Verdugo, 30-year-old Alex Verdugo, he is he signs a minor league deal with the San Diego Padres. MJ Melendez signed a 1-year deal with the New York Mets. Christopher Morel signed a 1-year deal with the Miami Marlins. Out to center field, moving along. Cody Bellinger, he signs a 5-year deal with the Yankees. It's a 5-year, $162.5 million deal for him. Congratulations to him. Harrison Bader, he signs a 2-year deal with San Francisco. This is terrible, bro. Terrible podcasting. And my microphone is dying now. So let's add that to the terrible broadcasting. Let's try to make it quick. Trent Grisham, he accepts a qualifying offer from the New York Yankees. Cedric Mullins, 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. J.J. Bleday, 1-year deal with the Cincinnati Reds. Leody Taveras, 1-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles. And that is pretty much it for the major guys out there in center field. Right field, Kyle Tucker signs a 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. 4 years, $240 million. The Blue Jays offered him 10 years, $350 million, according to my notes here. I'm not sure if that's true or I was just making that up. I'm not sure. You guys let me know in the comments if I was accurate with that one. But that's what I wrote down 2 months ago, so I don't know. Mike Yastrzemski, as I mentioned, signed with the Braves. Michael Tauchman signed a minor league deal with the New York Mets. Max Kepler remains a free agent. Jake Fraley, 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. Starling Marte just signed a 1-year deal with the Kansas City Royals a few days ago. Lane Thomas also going to the Kansas City Royals. Did I say Kansas City Rays earlier? Just now? I don't know. I'm trying to rush this and I can't. You know what I mean. Kansas City Royals. Adolis Garcia, he signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Phillies. Stuart Fairchild, Braves legend, minor league deal with the Cleveland Guardians. Jason Hayward, he is a free agent. And Nicholas Castellanos, he was dropped by the Philadelphia Phillies, but the Padres scooped him up on a 1-year deal. Designated hitters, Marcell Ozuna, the Big Bear, he's going to be missed in Atlanta. He is now a Pittsburgh Pirate. The Pirates, you know, they're working on that offense a little bit. They got Brandon Lau. He's going to be playing second base over there now. They got, they got the Big Bear now. They got Ryan O'Hearn, I believe, as well. So they're working on that offense, and they already got good young arms. They got good young arms led by Paul Skeens. So we'll see what they can do. That might be my sleeper team, bro. That might be my sleeper team for this season. It might sneak in, get that last wild card spot, and make it to the playoffs. We'll see. It might be a long shot, but you never know, bro. You never know. You never know. DH spot as well, Kyle Schwarber. He signed a 5-year deal with the Philadelphia Phillies. He remains out there. I think it was 5 years? Was it 5 years, 160 million? I don't know. I don't know where I got my notes, bro. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it here. Nah, I don't see it. It was something about similar to Pete, man. I think it was 5 years, 150. 5 years, 150. Pete got an extra $5 million because he plays first base, you know. Anyways, that is it for the DHs. And starting pitching, I gotta hurry up. This microphone is dying. Dylan Cease, 7-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. Framber Valdez, 3 years with the Detroit Tigers. Ranger Suarez, big move by the Boston Red Sox. He's going to be there for 5 years. Nick Martinez, 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. Chris Bassett, 1-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles. Michael King, 3 years with the Padres. Shota Imanaga, he accepts the QO from the Chicago Cubs. Zach Gallen, 1-year deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Merrill Kelly, the 37-year-old, he signs a 2-year deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Zach Littell, he's still out there. You will be an Atlanta Brave pretty soon, my friend. Eric Fetty, he has signed a 1-year deal with the Chicago White Sox. Justin Verlander signs a 1-year deal with the Detroit Tigers. Coming back home, baby. Zach Eflin, 1-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles. Kyle Hendricks, he hangs it up. He has retired. Congratulations to him. Miles Michaelis, 1-year deal with the Washington Nationals. Nestor Cortez, he's still out there. Go ahead and get him, guys. Adrian Hauser, 2-year deal with the San Francisco Giants. Lucas Giolito, he's still out there as well. And that is where I'm going to draw the line here for now. Max Scherzer, can't leave Max Scherzer out. He signs a 1-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. That's a lot of arms there. Lots of arms. Plenty of arms. Go to MLB.com. Go to the free agent list. You'll see everyone else. But let's go back to pitching. But now the relief pitchers. Try to get the main guys here. Edwin Diaz, 3-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Robert Suarez, I already said it, with the Braves. Raíces Iglesias with the Braves as well. It's going to be a 1-2 punch there. Ryan Helsley, 2-year deal with the Baltimore Orioles. I'm dying. Devin Williams, 3-year deal with the Mets. Sean Armstrong, 1-year deal with the Cleveland Guardians. Kenley Jansen, Detroit Tiger for a year. Tyler Rogers, 3. Dude, this is the toughest episode right now. I'm trying to get through. For the love of the game, though. It's for the love of the game. Where were we? Tyler Rogers, 3-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. David Robertson, he calls it quits. He retires. Phil Maton, 2-year deal with the Chicago Cubs. Pete Fairbanks, welcome to Miami. 1-year deal there. He'll be closing out games. Emilio Pagan, 2-year deals with the Cincinnati Reds. He loves Cincinnati. Of course, he will stay there. Kyle Finnegan, 2-year deal with the Detroit Tigers. Steven Matz, 2 years with the Tampa Bay Rays. Gregory Soto, 1 year with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that is where we are going to leave off when it comes to free agents. Big move by the Mets. It was Freddie Peralta coming out to Queens alongside Tobias Myers. Mets sent over Jet Williams and Brandon Sproat out to Milwaukee. That solidifies that starting rotation that they have out there in Queens. They also got Luis Robert Jr. and they traded over Luis Angel Acuna. And I cannot see who this is. Is it Truman Paolo? Let's just go with Truman Paolo. They send them out to Chicago with the White Sox in order to get Luis Robert Jr. So this was a funny thing. The Mets offseason was looking bad. It was looking pretty bad because they had lost a lot of. I didn't even mention they lost Brandon Nimmo. Actually, I did mention that in the second to last episode that I had done. They had traded Brandon Nimmo out to the Rangers. They got Marcus Semien in return, and I believe they traded Jeff McNeil, or Jeff McNeil was a free agent. I don't remember. I didn't remember reading his name, so might have been a trade. It probably was a trade. But so they lost Edwin Diaz, they lost Pete Alonso, They lost Nemo. They lost McNeil. And it was looking pretty bad. It was looking pretty bad for them. They ended up losing the sweepstakes for Kyle Tucker. Steve Coleman was over there sending cryptic tweets, and he's like, "Yeah, you'll see the smoke," whatever it was. He was confident he was going to get Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker ends up signing with the Dodgers, and the Mets are looking real bad because they had lost a lot of pieces up to this moment. But they pulled the trigger, man. They pulled the trigger. They took out the wallets, started throwing out bills. They got what's his name? They got Bo Bichette to come in and play third. They got Jorge Polanco come in and play first. And they got, obviously, did I say Bo Bichette? Yeah, I said Bo Bichette. Who else they got? I'm blanking out. Then they make those trades. Freddie Peraza, big. He's a workhorse. They get Luis Robert Jr. out there to man the outfield, probably center field. So, they made some moves. And they're looking pretty good compared to what the Braves are looking like right now. And the Phillies, I don't know about the Phillies, man. I think the offense is going to be there, but they lose Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez goes out to Boston on that 5-year, $130 million deal. So, I don't know. When it comes to trades, these are some trades that I had written down here. I'm looking at the notes now. Nolan Arenado, he goes out to the Diamondbacks. Jack Martinez, pitching prospect, he goes out to the St. Louis Cardinals. Max Kepler was suspended on 80 games for a positive PED test. Tarek Skubal, he ended up winning his arbitration. The Tigers offered him $19 million. Skubal plays his at $32 million. He ends up winning that one. He'll be getting $32 million this season. Chicago Cubs traded for Edward Cabrera from the Miami Marlins. He had a 3.53 ERA, 9.8 Ks per 9 last season. They traded a top prospect, Owen Casey, and 2 other position players out to Miami. Houston got Tetsuya Imai on a 3-year, $18 million contract. Whoa, $18 million per year. And as I mentioned earlier, Kazuma Okamoto on a 4-year, $60 million deal for the Toronto Blue Jays. Anthony Rendon, he was bought out. He's officially done. Guy hated playing baseball. He's done. Like I said, the Mets did trade McNeil. I have that in the notes. Wilson Contreras, he was traded over to. Was he traded over to Boston? I don't know. Shane Baz goes to the Orioles. Brandon Lau to Pittsburgh. Matt Strom to Kansas City. Luke Weaver to the Mets. I think I mentioned that the last episode. And then I written down here Ketel Marte to stay in Arizona. There were a lot of trade rumors about him being sent off out of Arizona, but he stayed put. And I think that's it, man. I think that's all I got, guys, because this is about to die. This microphone's about to die here. But before we leave, let's get into the World Baseball Classic real quick. Gonna get into the World Baseball Classic. And you know what? I was gonna take the song off. I was gonna take the music off, but we'll keep it going. Hey, we keep it going. Anyways, World Baseball Classic. When is the first game, guys? First game. Well, let's look at the pools. We got Pool A. Pool A is going to be Puerto Rico, Cuba, Canada, Panama, and Colombia. Very interesting pool because I think it's up for grabs for anyone. Anyone can grab that. But we're gonna eliminate a couple teams from the jump. I think we gotta eliminate Canada. No offense, we gotta bring them down, and I think Panama, we gotta bring them down a little bit also. They got some work to do. That leaves us with Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Colombia. Colombia has been on the rise. They have been on the rise. They got some good players on the rise. Is it going to be enough to take down Puerto Rico? And Cuba, I have no clue who's playing for Cuba except for Despaigne. I think he's like 50 years old. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go, but I know a lot of their main major leaguers are not playing for Cuba, so that brings their roster down a little bit. Puerto Rico doesn't have their best guys in the tournament as well, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one, but I'm gonna say Puerto Rico and Colombia advance. I'm putting Colombia out there. Puerto Rico and Colombia advance from that pool. Pool C. I'm gonna skip Pool B. Actually, why am I gonna skip it? Let me just go to Pool B. Pool B is gonna be the U.S., Mexico, Italy, Great Britain, and Brazil. I gotta eliminate 2 teams to make it easy. The first one is probably gonna be Brazil. I think they're years. They got some years to make up. They got some good solid players. They got Manny Ramirez Jr. in there. I think they got Dante Bichette Jr. But it's not gonna be enough. I highly doubt it. They might get 1 win in this tournament, in this bracket here, but maybe 2. Hey, you never know. But I think they'll get 1 win. But I gotta eliminate them, and I think I'm gonna have to eliminate. I'm going to have to eliminate probably Great Britain also. So that leaves us with the U.S., Mexico, and Italy. And I'm going to go U.S. and Mexico. Mexico has a really good roster. U.S., their roster is amazing. Mexico has some real good players there in that roster. So I'm going to go U.S. and Mexico when it comes to that one. Pool C, Japan, Australia, Korea, Czechia, Czech Republic, and Chinese Taipei. You got to put Japan in there. You got to put Japan in there too, advance. So I got them. And I think you got to go Korea, man. You got to go Korea with the second spot. Australia, I don't think they're going to. The only team I might see may be able to beat Korea might be Chinese Taipei. But I don't really know too much about this bracket, this pool. I don't know too much about, except I know Japan is they're the defending champs. They're always bringing out a good team, phenomenal team. So you definitely got to go with Japan here. But I'm gonna say Korea, Japan and Korea. That's probably your safe bets here. And then the last pool, Pool D, you got Venezuela, you got the Dominican Republic, Netherlands, Israel, and Nicaragua. I gotta put my boys out there first. Dominican Republic, you better not disappoint. You got one of the best teams on paper, if not the best one. You can't disappoint, guys. You gotta get out this first round at least. Because last 2 times was pretty embarrassing. So you gotta go with the DR in this one. You have to. DR representing. And then you got Venezuela, Netherlands, Israel, and Nicaragua. Israel, I'm gonna eliminate. Nicaragua, I'm probably going to have to eliminate. That leaves the second spot between Venezuela and Netherlands. And I think you got to go Venezuela here. You got to go Venezuela. Netherlands, they can hit, they can bop with you, but I don't know who they have pitching. They probably have Kenley Jansen, I'm assuming, towards the end of the game, but starters, I'm not sure who they have to throw out there, but I know their offense is probably pretty good. Excuse me. And their speed, probably, in their fielding, but yeah, when it comes to the starting pitching and probably bullpen guys, I'm not sure. Besides Kenley Jansen, I think Venezuela is going to be able to advance there. So that is my prediction for the first round. As the thing goes, as the tournament goes on, we'll see how the Chop Seed does with this, and then we'll see what the next picks will be. So that is what we have for the World Baseball Classic. I just got to see the schedule here real quick. Let's look at the schedule real quick because I was looking at it earlier. And it goes as follows. Tomorrow is the first game of the pool play. Tomorrow here, at least. It's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Now, it's going to be on FS1. It's going to be Chinese Taipei versus Australia. So that's going to be the very first game. And then Thursday, you got at 5 a.m. Eastern time, Czechia against Korea. And then you got Australia against Czechia again at 10 p.m. Friday. Everyone and their moms is playing. That is when the action starts. You got Japan at Taipei, 5 a.m. FS1, Cuba at Panama, 11 a.m. FS2. Is my mic still going? Yeah, my mic is still on. Netherlands at Venezuela, 12 p.m. That's on Tubi. Mexico at Great Britain, FS1, 1 p.m. Puerto Rico at Colombia at 6 p.m. on FS1. That's going to be a good one. Nicaragua at the Dominican Republic, 7 p.m. FS2. USA against Brazil, 8 p.m. on Fox. And then Taipei and Czechia, 10 p.m. on FS2. I feel like Czechia is playing every day, bro. Look at that. They're playing 2 games on Thursday. At our time, at least, Eastern time. They're playing 2 games on Thursday. They're playing Friday night. Them dudes are playing, bro. They got them out there. Czechia, man. Are they off on Saturday? Yes, they are. They need a day off, man. That's crazy. Trying to take my boys out early. Anyways, that is all we have for the World Baseball Classic. Make sure to stay tuned to that tournament. It's so fun. And I wonder what moment is going to be the moment for this year's World Baseball Classic. Last one was amazing. Shohei Ohtani pitching, Mike Trout at the plate, tying run, game-winning run, wasn't it? And Ohtani is able to get him striking out, swinging. They win the tournament. They become the World Baseball Classic champions. So I really do wonder what is going to be the key moment to this year's tournament. I'm excited for it. And then after that, we got some Major League Baseball coming our way, man. So it's exciting times. It's been brutal out here in the Northeast with the weather, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Chop Seat. We're back, season 2 of the Chop Seat. Before you go, don't forget, if you want to save money on your World Baseball Classic tickets, FIFA World Cup, spring training tickets, NBA, NHL, concerts, comedy shows, anything, go to SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT20 as you can see below, and you're going to save $20 off your very first purchase. Again, World Baseball Classic, FIFA World Cup, spring training, NBA, NHL, concerts, comedy shows, regular season Major League Baseball games. Go to SeatGeek and use code CHOPSEAT20. You're going to save $20 off your very first purchase. Don't forget to follow us on all the social media platforms. On Instagram at the Chop Seat Pod. Follow me there. Facebook at the Chop Seat. TikTok at the Chop Seat. What else we got? X at the Chop Seat, and YouTube, of course. If you're watching this on the video version, hello, thank you for tuning in. If you're just listening to it, go subscribe to YouTube, man. It takes like 2 seconds to do it. It takes like 2 seconds. Go to YouTube, put in the Chop Seat, and you're gonna see us pop up there. Make sure you follow us there. We're gonna work on getting at least one interview. We gotta get at least one interview for season 2, man. Season 1, you gotta come in some slack. It was the first season, so you gotta come in slack. But season 2, we gotta at least try to have one guest. We'll see what we can do. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to the Chop Seat. I'm your host, Vic, and I will see you very soon. It won't take another 2 months and change for you to hear my voice once again. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. Love y'all. And here we go. Debut of season 2 of the Chop Seat has began. See you next time.